Thank you for welcoming me onto your screens or onto headphones, depending on you're watching this. I'm Eddie, and this is The Rollback. And folks, today I'll be talking about Resident Evil Season 1. Will there be other seasons? I don't know. Coming from Netflix, Resident Evil, it's like an original take on the original source. It's an original take on the original source material. It's not like the bare bones of like Raccoon City happened in 1998, but this show takes place in 2022. Albert Wesker made clones of himself to like re-engineer the T virus so he could control people. We have like pharmaceutical companies being evil, which is not true. Pharmaceutical companies aren't evil. Pfft. Anyway. We also have the story of these two sisters that essentially one of them is a complete fuck up and the other one is the bad guy. And if you think I'm wrong, let me spell it out for you. So we have Jade and Billy. Fraternal twins? They're sisters that were born at the same time via two surrogates. At least that's what we're initially told by their father. They're moving into South Africa where a new Raccoon City is being built by Umbrella. It's like a self-contained city. But it's also very 1984-esque where like Umbrella can see everything you're doing. So why are you scared of it? I mean, why would you live there? I just like that's fucking terrifying for me. That is fascism, but nonetheless, Jade and Billy. It takes also place between two timelines. In 2022, when they're girls, 14-year-olds, and the initial outbreak is about to happen, and then 2036, where Jade is actually on the verge of finding a way, not necessarily a cure, but a way to mask people from the virus. She's doing research. And it goes back and forth. Shout out to Baxter, by the way. Dude was funny. But yeah, and it's just, you have to understand, this, for one part, Ed does have a lot of like teenager-esque drama bullshit, because it starts off with Billy being picked on and Jade standing up for her. And when I say Jade is the ultimate fuck-up, it's because she kind of causes the events that cause the apocalypse. Because if she hadn't beat up a girl and then accidentally framed her sister for beating up the girl, her sister would have never gone to the lab to go have lunch with her father. Which, by the way, Albert has like this great sequence where like there's some corporate dick swinging, which normally I'm against, but man, that was fucking terrifying. The part where he tells the guy, how many people can do your job? Like 1,000, 10,000? You know how many people can do my job? Me. So let me ask you, if I tell them to blacklist you, what do you think they're gonna do? Like shit like that. It was very satisfying, by the way, just saying. But essentially, if that doesn't happen, if Jade doesn't like beat up that one girl and accidentally get her sister Billy in trouble, Billy never goes to the lab, she never sees the rabbits, they never break in, she never gets bitten by the dog, and everything doesn't fall to fucking pot. Jade, in a sense, caused the apocalypse. Granted, that girl didn't have to be such a bully, but you get what the fuck I'm saying here. Only one of them is the main character. She also fucked up when she tells her daughter to run, but even without her father, and then they have to try and get her back. Jade just fucks up several times. Oh, she wants to do an experiment on a real Zero. That's what they call zombies. And they're like, oh, give it 2 weeks, you know, like we have time or whatever. And then she doesn't fucking check it. She gets the zombie on board without anyone knowing, and then is like, okay, I'm going to test it anyway, regardless. She lets her daughter be in the room when she's doing the test. Also, possibly the worst fuck up is when she gets captured, she believes her sister saying, I'm trapped, but you can still escape. I'm still your sister. Punch me, run. And she doesn't check the fucking head for a tracker. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You never trust the enemy, ever. So Jade is the quintessential fuck up of the show. Frustrating, makes a lot of stupid decisions. I'm just saying. Billy is a legit villain. I'll give her that. This show crosses very much into the boundaries of like sci-fi bullshit, like Sci-Fi the Channel, where it's like a B-movie plot but like with a better budget. I'll give it this. The special effects in this one, not bad. I'll give it to them. Zombie moments, legitimately terrifying. But let's talk about Albert a little bit. Albert Wesker. Turns out he ain't the original. He ain't even close. He's a clone. He's seen initially, I think at the end of the first episode, injecting himself with his daughter's blood, which apparently stabilizes his cells because he's a clone of the original Albert Wesker, who has the original costume with like the sword and all that other stuff. He made a series of clones. He killed Al. Bert is still alive though. Bert's actually somewhat maniacal as well, but he manages to save the girls at one point. Because again, we're jumping between two different timelines. And the future timeline is where Jade is trying to find a cure. She finds a pheromone that they can use to protect people from the monsters, from the zombies. On the other side of the coin, she finds a thing that actually attracts the zombies to her, which she uses brilliantly. I'll give her that in a moment where she's being held hostage by her sister. We also have one of the most diabolical like pharmaceutical villains I've ever seen in Evelyn, which she has to die. She has to fucking die. And not gonna lie, it was satisfying watching Jade control her with electrodes and being like, oh, I just kept slipping her meds until I got 86 electrodes in her body, and now she does whatever I want. Watch this. And she starts dancing. I like that part. I'm not gonna lie. I liked it. What else? This one is just off the fucking wall. Also, I don't hate the bugs, by the way. There's a point where there's a giant spider and a giant caterpillar. I like it. I like the fact that there's a point where they're trying to smuggle. It feels like every episode is somewhat like has somewhat minor movie plots. Also, I noticed in the writing there's also moments where like they know that they're giving us reasons to continue watching. Like she has 72 hours. Okay, so we know when 72 hours runs out, some shit's gonna happen, right? But then nothing does. And then there's another part where she says, when I get off, push the button. It's like, but no, we can't. You're still here. Push the fucking button. Just alluding to like something's gonna happen when they push the button. I'm gonna keep watching because I want to know what happens when they push the fucking button. Yeah, it's all over the fucking place. Effects are great. It's original story-ish, I guess. It's not terrible. Way better than the new Resident Evil movie that came out, I think, earlier this year or late last year. Like, it kicks the shit out of that. It's not even close. It's fine. It's not terrible. Fernie said he fucking hated it. I'm like, it's fine. I'll watch season 2. It's not incredible, but it's not bad. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. That's the tagline for Resident Evil season 1. It's fine. Hopefully season 2 will get even better. Yeah, that's going to cut it for this episode of The Rollback. If you like the show, please tell us about it below. Please like and subscribe. We'd greatly appreciate it. We're always trying to grow this channel, obviously. And go check out our podcast. It's great, especially when I'm there. I'm just saying. That said, I've been Eddie, and this was The Rollback. We'll see everybody.